Good morning, gamers. We got a fun one here for you today. This is my own little Halo Mythbusters video, and this video specifically pertains to the repulsor ability in the game. And I'm guessing you can see where this is going to be going based off the fact that I was messing with repulsors and the title of the video. But I also did two other tests with the repulsors that ended up being very interesting. I did all this with the help of my good friend Wongo Bongo, and you can find his Twitch link in the description down below next to all of my links as well. While you're down there, make sure you subscribe to the channel as we are pushing towards 1K subs. But I'll stop delaying and we'll get into the video now. So, if you've played a good bit of Halo Infinite, I can assume that you have noticed that the cooldown for the repulsor is a little long, especially when compared to that of the dash or the grapple in the game. So, I started wondering if I could skip this cooldown. The easiest way to do so would be have a different ability just lying on the ground right next to me, hot swap the abilities, and see if that skipped the cooldown. And, as you can see in the video, it did. So, this is a little piece of information that is useful to pack away in the back of your mind if you're ever in a situation where you're just surrounded by your dead teammates and there's a bunch of abilities lying on the ground and you need to repulse something back to back really quickly. Super specific situation, but hey, it might help. Now we get into the fun part of the video that you actually clicked on it for. How many times can you bounce a rocket in Halo Infinite? This one actually took a while to test, so let me walk you through the journey that me and Wongo Bongo took together. Follow us at Twitch, by the way. But we started off by loading into customs with some spankers, and we went to the bottom mid of Behemoth because we knew it was a long sightline. So we went down there and he shot a rocket at me and we bounced it back and forth, and then it hit me. It literally hit me because the sightline wasn't long enough for the repulsor cooldown. So with that tidbit of information, we moved to a slightly longer sightline, and here, the cooldown would actually finish, but of course we had issues where we would mistime the repulsor to send the rocket back and forth, stuff like that. And after that, we had issues with the rocket just straight up disappearing. I didn't catch this one on camera, but for some reason the rocket just disappeared from one of our point of views, and it was very annoying. So obviously one of us wasn't able to see it, so we couldn't time the repulsor to send it back, and so it just got super annoying. If somebody knows why that happened, comment down below, because it was very annoying trying to test with the rocket just disappearing sometimes. And then in this clip, Wongo just hit the wall right next to me, so because of that we ended up moving to shooting between the two towers on Behemoth instead. This gave us plenty of time for the repulsor cooldown and gave us a bit more visibility to see what we were doing. Here is where we finally got the rocket to blow up in between the bounces. At this distance, we could bounce the rocket a total of 4 times before it blew up. So my working theory is the rocket has a fuse, and you could find the perfect distance where your repulsor cooldown finishes at the exact time you need to pop it to bounce the rocket. And by doing this, you might be able to bounce the rocket a few more times than we were able to. If you do so, at me on Twitter. But at this distance, we found 4 bounces was the amount of times that we could bounce the rockets. Also, it didn't really blow up, as you can see in the videos, it just kind of goes away. The videos I'm playing are 2 different ones, by the way, just so you know that we did verify our results. The last test we ran was just a small question we had about the repulsors after testing the rocket bounce so much. The question was, can you control the direction you repulse at? And the answer is yes. The angle which you repulse at is dependent on where your crosshair is placed. Just another cool thing to keep in the back of your head while you're gaming and running around with repulsors. Anyways guys, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any ideas that you would like for me to test, or with any ability or anything in general, comment them down below. I would love to hear your ideas. And also, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. We are still pushing for 1K subs. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you very much for watching. GG's and goodbye.